Hello friends. Have you ever wondered what happens when fire meets fire? What kind of cosmic dance begins when a bold Sagittarius man crosses paths with a radiant Leo woman? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the zodiac's most electrifying combinations, Sagittarius man and Leo woman. Buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride across love, passion, marriage, friendship, and even business. Love, a blaze of glory. When a Sagittarius man first crosses paths with a Leo woman, it's not a meeting, it's an explosion. Imagine the brightest comet colliding with the sun in a spectacular flash of light and energy. It's champagne fizzing over the rim, it's contagious laughter that fills the room, it's a shared glance that says, "You're not like the others, and neither am I." Sagittarius, with his boyish grin and adventurous spirit, feels an instant magnetic pull toward Leo's radiant charisma. She, in turn, recognizes something rare in him, not just a lover, but a true fellow traveler on the road of life, someone who can match her intensity, her hunger for passion, her desire for grandeur. Their initial attraction is practically cinematic. Sparks fly in every direction, but this isn't a fleeting, superficial chemistry that fizzles after the first thrill. No, their bond is based on something deeper, a mutual recognition of each other's inner fire. Sagittarius admires Leo's courage, her unshakable sense of self-worth, her ability to walk into any room and become its heartbeat. Leo, meanwhile, is enchanted by Sagittarius's uncontainable spirit, his philosophical mind, and his refusal to be boxed in by convention. He offers her the one thing she secretly craves but rarely asks for, adventure without judgment, love without limits. The love they share is vast and exhilarating. Every date feels like an odyssey, every conversation is an unfolding adventure. Together, they dream bigger dreams than either dared imagine alone. Their relationship is not built on routine or predictability, it thrives on shared exploration, whether it's spontaneous road trips to nowhere, midnight debates about life's meaning, or wild plans for the future that others would deem impossible. Sagittarius, governed by mighty Jupiter, brings endless optimism and a thirst for expansion. Leo, ruled by the sun itself, radiates warmth, pride, and an insatiable need for recognition. Together, they form a partnership that doesn't just survive, it roars, it soars, it dominates every horizon it touches. However, when two such powerful fires burn side by side, the risk isn't merely burnout, it's detonation. The very traits that draw them together can sometimes spark fierce clashes. Sagittarius's brutal honesty, though well-intentioned, can slice through Leo's sensitive pride like a sword. Leo, who thrives on admiration and often needs to feel like the center of her partner's world, may sometimes perceive Sagittarius's need for personal freedom as emotional neglect. To a Leo woman, love is a performance where she should always receive a standing ovation. To a Sagittarius man, love is a journey, thrilling and unpredictable, where detours are not only allowed but celebrated. This fundamental difference can lead to miscommunications and wounded egos. Leo might accuse Sagittarius of being careless, detached, even disloyal. Sagittarius, bewildered by such accusations, may feel cornered, misunderstood, and tempted to flee, not out of malice, but out of a desperate need to protect his sense of self. He doesn't mean to hurt Leo, but his spontaneous nature sometimes overlooks the deep emotional investments she makes. Leo, in turn, may roar louder, demanding attention and loyalty in ways that Sagittarius finds suffocating. Yet, here's the beautiful secret about this pairing: they are stronger than their conflicts. If they can pause, if they can remember that first electric glance, that first adventure where their souls danced in unison, they can find their way back. They must remind themselves that they are not enemies fighting for dominance but co-creators of an extraordinary love. Sagittarius must learn that Leo's need for affirmation isn't vanity, it's vulnerability cloaked in bravado. Leo must realize that Sagittarius's wandering spirit doesn't mean he loves her any less, it's simply the way he keeps his flame burning bright. At their best, the Sagittarius man and Leo woman teach each other profound lessons about love. Leo learns to give space without feeling abandoned, to trust without needing constant reassurance. Sagittarius learns that true freedom doesn't mean running alone into the sunset, it means choosing, again and again, the one person who makes every sunset sweeter simply by being there. Their love matures from a roaring bonfire into a steady, brilliant blaze, still passionate, still untamed, but seasoned with mutual respect, patience, and an unspoken vow, where you go, I go too. Ultimately, theirs is a love that refuses to be small, refuses to be ordinary. It is daring and messy and sometimes overwhelming, but it is real. It is a love that burns away fear, doubt, and insecurity, leaving only the pure, molten gold of two hearts that dared to believe that they could have it all. And in each other, they just might. Sex, a wild and roaring flame. When a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman come together in the bedroom, it's not merely about physical attraction, it's an explosion of passion, playfulness, and raw, unfiltered connection. From the very first touch, it's clear, these two aren't here for anything half-hearted. They are here to set each other ablaze. Sagittarius brings an infectious curiosity to their intimacy. He's adventurous, fearless, eager to explore every possibility, every sensation. For him, sex is a journey, an exhilarating expedition where no map is needed and no two nights are ever the same. Leo, ruled by the regal sun, enters the bedroom with a different but equally powerful energy, passion that demands to be celebrated. For her, sex is not just an act, it's a performance, a grand celebration of love, desire, and mutual admiration. She wants to be adored, to be worshipped, to be seen as the goddess she knows she is deep down. Together, they create a sexual chemistry that is simply unstoppable. Sagittarius's natural spontaneity keeps things exciting, unpredictable, and alive. One night could be slow, tender exploration under candlelight, the next, wild, impulsive passion that leaves them both breathless and laughing against tangled sheets. Leo, with her flair for the dramatic and her deep emotional intensity, meets Sagittarius's impulsiveness with equal fervor. She throws herself into every experience fully, completely, without hesitation. And Sagittarius, delighted by her authenticity and fire, finds himself more enthralled with her each time. Their physical connection is built on more than just lust. It's fueled by admiration and mutual inspiration. Sagittarius is fascinated by Leo's confidence and sensuality, Leo is enchanted by Sagittarius's enthusiasm and openness. There's a powerful element of play between them, teasing, chasing, challenging each other to go further, to surrender more, to experience deeper pleasure. But what makes their sexual relationship truly extraordinary isn't just the physical compatibility. It's the emotional spark underneath it all, the sense that they are discovering not just each other's bodies but each other's souls. Every kiss is a new frontier. Every embrace is a mutual agreement, I see you. I honor you. I want you. Of course, no fire burns without the risk of getting burned. There are moments when their different needs can clash. Sagittarius, in his thirst for novelty and freedom, might sometimes seem emotionally detached to the passionate Leo. She may crave deeper emotional affirmation in their intimacy, a steady undercurrent of commitment and admiration that Sagittarius, in his restless excitement, might sometimes forget to provide. Conversely, Leo's powerful need to be desired and admired can, at times, feel overwhelming to the freedom-loving archer, who resists anything he perceives as an expectation or demand. How can they overcome this? By turning to the very strengths that drew them together. Open, honest communication is vital. Sagittarius must remember that for Leo, being desired isn't about ego, it's about feeling deeply connected, seen, and cherished. Leo must understand that Sagittarius's love is no less real for being expressed through adventure and spontaneity rather than constant reassurances. When they tune into each other's deeper needs, their sex life becomes not just an escape but a sanctuary, a place where both can feel truly alive, truly free, and deeply, profoundly loved. One of the beautiful aspects of their sexual relationship is its resilience. Even if arguments arise outside the bedroom, their physical bond often acts as a healing force. A playful glance across a crowded room, a spontaneous touch, a whispered dare, all can dissolve tension in an instant, pulling them back into each other's arms with laughter and heat. In this way, their physical connection becomes a form of communication itself, a wordless language that says, no matter what, we find our way back to each other. As time goes on, their chemistry doesn't fade, it evolves. What begins as wild passion matures into something even more beautiful, a fierce tenderness, a deep knowing of each other's rhythms and desires. They learn the art of giving and receiving, of surrendering and leading, creating a physical intimacy that is not only passionate but profoundly nurturing. Sex between them becomes less about proving something and more about celebrating everything they are, together and as individuals. In the end, the sexual bond between a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman is a wild and roaring flame, yes, but it's also a beacon. It lights the way through their differences, their challenges, and their triumphs. It reminds them that love, at its best, is not a cage but a celebration. It teaches them that true passion isn't about control or possession, it's about freedom, trust, and the ecstatic joy of choosing each other again and again. Marriage, royalty on a shared throne. When a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman step into marriage, they don't just say vows, they ignite a coronation. They aren't content with being just husband and wife, they become king and queen of a kingdom built not of walls and rules but of dreams, laughter, and unbreakable trust. Their marriage isn't quiet or conventional, it's grand, bold, full of color and life. It's not for the faint of heart. But for those two souls, it's everything they ever hoped for, and more. From the very beginning, their married life is a celebration. Sagittarius, with his endless optimism and quest for new experiences, turns even ordinary days into adventures. Leo, with her regal warmth and magnetic presence, transforms their home into a sanctuary of beauty, creativity, and joy. Together, they build a life that feels less like a series of responsibilities and more like an ongoing, exhilarating journey. There's never a dull moment between them. Birthday parties become legendary, vacations turn into epic sagas, and even simple Sunday afternoons shimmer with a special kind of magic. They bring out the best in each other. Sagittarius fuels Leo's need to live vividly, and Leo gives Sagittarius a home base that feels anything but boring or confining. They encourage each other's dreams, cheer each other's successes, and pick each other up after failures with a stubborn, tender loyalty that only grows stronger over time. However, even in a royal partnership, challenges are inevitable. Their marriage is a dance between independence and devotion, and sometimes, they miss a step. Sagittarius needs wide open spaces, emotional, intellectual, sometimes even physical. He thrives when he feels free to explore, to take risks, to follow the road wherever it leads. Leo, meanwhile, needs consistency in her partner's affection. She needs to feel loved, celebrated, chosen again and again. If Sagittarius becomes too absorbed in his adventures, Leo may feel abandoned, as if her throne stands empty. If Leo becomes too demanding of his attention, Sagittarius may feel trapped, desperate for air. Their love burns brightly, but it needs tending. The fire must be fed not just with passion but with patience, understanding, and compromise. Communication is their saving grace. A Sagittarius man, who values honesty above all, must learn that honesty delivered without kindness can wound deeper than he intends. Leo, who naturally assumes the spotlight, must remember to share it, to let Sagittarius shine in his own right. They must learn to speak not from pride or defensiveness but from vulnerability, to say, I miss you, instead of, you always leave, or, I need you, instead of, you never care. When they do, magic happens. Because deep down, their marriage is built on an unshakable respect for who the other truly is. Sagittarius doesn't want Leo to be smaller or quieter, he wants her to be even more magnificent, to command every room she walks into. Leo doesn't want to clip Sagittarius's wings, she wants to soar beside him, to be part of every breathtaking adventure he dares to chase. They are each other's biggest fans, their most trusted allies, their greatest loves. Their home is filled with laughter, loud, raucous, unapologetic laughter that echoes through halls and hearts alike. It's filled with creativity, with spontaneous ideas that turn into new businesses, new travels, new dreams. Their fights can be epic, fiery, passionate, and dramatic, but their reconciliations are even more powerful, stitched together with humor, deep love, and an unspoken agreement: nothing is bigger than us. As years pass, their bond doesn't dull, it deepens. They become a living example of what marriage can be when it's based on mutual admiration and a shared love of life itself. They never stop growing, individually and together. Sagittarius teaches Leo to laugh at herself, to see failure as just another exciting plot twist. Leo teaches Sagittarius that sometimes, loyalty to one person is the greatest adventure of all. Friends admire them. Strangers are drawn to their energy. Family sees in them a rare kind of love, fierce, generous, free. They are a reminder that marriage isn't about losing yourself to another, it's about becoming even more of who you are, in the arms of someone who cheers every step of your journey. In the quiet moments, watching the sunset from their backyard, sharing inside jokes no one else would understand, holding hands under the stars, they know. They know they have found something rare, something sacred. Not perfection, but partnership. Not fairy tale, but a grand, ongoing, ever-evolving love story, written one thrilling chapter at a time. In a world that too often tells people to settle for less, Sagittarius man and Leo woman refuse to settle for anything less than everything. And somehow, together, they make everything look not only possible, but inevitable. Friendship, partners in mischief. When a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman become friends, it's as if the universe itself lets out a knowing chuckle, because it understands the kind of whirlwind that's just been unleashed. This isn't a quiet, delicate sort of friendship. No, this is a riotous, dazzling bond built on daring ideas, belly laughs at inappropriate times, and an unspoken pact to make life bigger, louder, and infinitely more fun. From their very first meeting, there's an instant sense of familiarity, as if they've known each other forever, even if they've just exchanged names minutes ago. Sagittarius is drawn to Leo's magnetic energy, her fearless way of taking up space without apology. Leo, in turn, is captivated by Sagittarius's infectious optimism and his endless thirst for adventure. He makes her feel like anything is possible, she makes him feel like every crazy dream he's ever had is not only valid but inevitable. Their friendship is a living, breathing adventure. They are the ones who stay out long after everyone else has gone home, inventing new games, plotting spontaneous road trips, daring each other to say yes to life in all its wild, unpredictable beauty. Together, they are masters of mischief, not malicious troublemakers, but joyful rebels against boredom and convention. A late-night conversation with these two can spiral into plans to start a business, travel the world, or throw a surprise party for a friend just because it's Wednesday. One of the most beautiful aspects of their friendship is the complete lack of judgment. Sagittarius loves Leo's dramatic flair, her tendency to turn even mundane moments into memorable events. Leo adores Sagittarius's refusal to take life too seriously, his ability to laugh at setbacks and turn obstacles into punchlines. They understand each other's eccentricities, not just tolerating them but celebrating them. In a world that often demands conformity, their friendship becomes a sacred, vibrant space where both can be their truest, most outrageous selves. Yet, even among kindred spirits, challenges can arise. Sagittarius's brutal honesty, though well-meaning, can sometimes wound Leo's pride. Leo's natural leadership can sometimes come across as bossy to the fiercely independent Sagittarius. There will be moments when Sagittarius blurts out a truth Leo isn't ready to hear, or when Leo tries to organize an adventure that Sagittarius would prefer to keep spontaneous and unplanned. But here's the magic: they rarely stay upset for long. Fire signs by nature, they clash spectacularly, loud, passionate, theatrical, and then forgive just as spectacularly, often with laughter and a renewed sense of solidarity. Neither holds a grudge. They know instinctively that their bond is too precious to sacrifice over ego or fleeting anger. Their loyalty runs deep, pulsing beneath every joke, every spontaneous escapade, every heated debate. Their friendship also thrives because they both value authenticity above all. There's no need for masks between them. Sagittarius can be his wild, philosophical, occasionally reckless self without fear of judgment. Leo can bask in the spotlight of Sagittarius's genuine admiration without worrying that he's secretly jealous or resentful. They push each other to be braver, kinder, more audacious versions of themselves. In many ways, their friendship is a safe harbor and a launching pad all at once. When Leo needs encouragement, Sagittarius is there with a rousing speech and an open road. When Sagittarius needs grounding, Leo reminds him of his greatness, wrapping him in the fierce warmth of her unwavering belief. They are not clingy or dependent, their bond is rooted in mutual respect and a shared desire to see each other soar. As the years go by, their friendship only deepens. They collect memories like precious treasures, inside jokes no one else understands, photos from impromptu adventures, scars from laughter and lessons learned together. They support each other through heartbreaks, career changes, wild successes, and painful losses, each time reminding the other, you are not alone. You never have been. To outsiders, their friendship can seem almost mythical, a dynamic duo that radiates energy and joy wherever they go. They are the friends everyone wishes they had, endlessly supportive, brutally honest when needed, and forever ready to drop everything for a crazy idea that might just change their lives. In the end, the friendship between a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman isn't about stability or predictability. It's about passion, loyalty, and a relentless refusal to live a small life. It's about daring each other to dream bigger, laugh harder, love more freely. It's about knowing that, no matter what paths they walk, together or apart, they will always carry a piece of each other's fire in their hearts. Business, a fireproof partnership. When a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman join forces in business, it's not just a partnership, it's an empire in the making. These two don't think small, act small, or dream small. They are a collision of ambition and vision, two brilliant minds fueled by fire, courage, and an insatiable thirst to leave a mark on the world. Together, they don't just chase success, they redefine what success looks like. From the first brainstorming session, their dynamic is electric. Sagittarius, the visionary explorer, brings boundless creativity, optimism, and a fearless willingness to take risks that would terrify more cautious souls. Leo, the natural leader, radiates charisma, determination, and a commanding presence that inspires loyalty from everyone around her. Sagittarius throws out wild ideas like sparks, Leo catches them and forges them into golden realities. He dreams. She builds. He discovers new territories. She conquers them. Their strengths complement each other perfectly in business. Sagittarius is the strategist, always looking at the big picture, always ready to expand, to evolve, to leap into uncharted territories. He's brilliant at spotting trends before others do, sensing opportunities in chaos, and keeping the vision alive even when setbacks hit. Leo, meanwhile, is the executor, the heart and face of the enterprise. She knows how to lead teams, how to inspire action, how to turn plans into tangible, dazzling success. With her boundless energy and her regal confidence, she's the anchor to Sagittarius's kite, and he, in turn, keeps her from getting too comfortable or stagnant. Together, they build businesses that are not only profitable but magnetic. Whether it's a tech startup, a creative agency, a lifestyle brand, or a nonprofit aimed at changing the world, their ventures carry a signature vibe, bold, fearless, and unmistakably alive. They attract investors, partners, and customers with ease, simply because their combined energy is contagious. People want to be part of whatever they're creating, because it feels like being part of something revolutionary. But even the strongest alliances face challenges. Their mutual fire, while a source of immense energy, can sometimes spark power struggles. Sagittarius, fiercely independent, may resist being tied down to rigid structures, preferring flexibility and exploration. Leo, with her natural leadership instincts, may insist on clear hierarchies, structured plans, and visible progress. There can be moments when Sagittarius sees Leo as too controlling or too concerned with appearances, while Leo may view Sagittarius as too reckless or unwilling to commit to a singular vision. Miscommunications, especially around authority and decision-making, are a real risk. Sagittarius's desire to pivot quickly can clash with Leo's need for consistency and loyalty to the original mission. Leo's flair for presentation can sometimes frustrate Sagittarius, who cares more about the journey than the show. If unchecked, these differences could escalate into fiery disputes, with each feeling misunderstood or undervalued. The key to overcoming these challenges is mutual respect, and clear, open communication. Sagittarius must recognize that Leo's desire for recognition and structure isn't vanity, it's a genuine strength that stabilizes and legitimizes their enterprise. Leo must understand that Sagittarius's restless spirit isn't irresponsibility, it's visionary genius that keeps their venture ahead of the curve. If they respect each other's core motivations, they can divide roles brilliantly, Leo steering the ship, Sagittarius charting new waters ahead. In moments of friction, their shared humor and optimism come to the rescue. Neither likes to dwell in negativity for long. They are both natural problem solvers, and their ability to quickly move past disagreements and refocus on their shared goals is one of their greatest business assets. They turn setbacks into challenges to conquer, losses into stories that fuel their future victories. Long-term, the Sagittarius man and Leo woman have the potential to build legacies, not just businesses. Their combined talents can create organizations that not only thrive financially but also inspire cultural shifts. They are the ones who might start companies that become movements, brands that feel like lifestyles, missions that ignite passions in thousands, maybe even millions, of people. And through it all, they maintain something rare in business partnerships: genuine joy. They love what they do. They believe in each other. Their offices aren't cold, corporate spaces, they are hubs of creativity, laughter, and passion. Working together never feels like a chore. It feels like living fully, boldly, without regret. At the end of the day, Sagittarius man and Leo woman don't just make money together. They make magic. They make history. They make dreams real. Final thoughts: fire that never dies. So, what's the real story of a Sagittarius man and a Leo woman? It's the story of two blazing hearts refusing to settle for mediocrity. It's about passion that fuels, not consumes. It's about love that lifts, not cages. And it's about two souls who understand that freedom and devotion are not opposites, they are two halves of the same golden coin. Will every Sagittarius man and Leo woman live happily ever after? Of course, astrology isn't destiny, it's a map, not a mandate. But for those who honor their shared fire, who laugh louder than they fight, who dream bigger than they fear, the sky's not the limit. It's just the beginning.